Namaste programs, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator France to Australia bush trip in little bits. We arrived at Le Brac Airport El Beida yesterday, so we are now leaving from there. And let's see, what's this? Why is that one much more important than anything else? Is there a big city here? It's a big airport. Have a look at Tobruk though. There is an airport here at Tobruk. Is it a useful airport? Let's see. Yeah, dirt airport. Well, look, we haven't done a dirt one for a while. Let's do that. 36 minutes. Yeah, that's just on the sort of, once we start putting things here, it's going to be about 40 minutes. That's okay. Let's see. What have we got here? Let's add Dana. That seems to be very large and in charge. There's an airport down here. Let's go via that. Martuba. What else have we got? We've got something here. Al Bumba North. Why not? All right. Can we cut the, is there anything to look at here? Any towns? No? Well, we'll go via this little sandbank island thing. There we go. Nothing much else around there. The town here, Rezam. Let's do that as well. Here we go. A little farming town called Mantakat Al Fataya. Just to break things up a bit. Got Jamisara, But at Tamir, Al Kibar. Just put them all in, why not? Zigzag our way along here. Let's even go down here to Minakat Al Kayakab. Kayakab? How's that looking? There we go. Not bad. Not bad. I like it. Let's go. Alright, here we are at El Beida. It's a bit of an overcast day and it sounds like it's very windy. Let's get going. Okay, we're on one wheel. We're off. Okay, that was an unorthodox takeoff. I don't know what happened there. This wind is obviously not in a good way for this plane right now. I don't know why that wasn't a crash. But we'll allow it, just for the sheer piss-off value of it. This wind, I can't, I need to control the plane right now, but I need to find out how strong this wind is. I have no idea. I am basically going sideways right now. Craziness. Get our flaps up before they get blown off. Anyway, we'll go on this way a little bit to do our climb. Already up at 2,200 feet without much effort whatsoever. Let's actually see if we can get our wind display on very quickly. There we go. 31 knots from the side there. Alright, it's not as bad as the other day, but it's still pretty bad. This must be El Beida itself. Hello, El Beida. Alright, we want 152. Let's actually level off a bit as well. High enough, if you ask me. Now down a bit. 152 for 133. Mintakat Al Kaikab. Little town I found over here. Slightly into the wind at least. Might help a little bit. Still up on this, are we? We're still up on this plateau, yeah we are. Where it's lush and fertile. Awesome, awesome. What's going on with our purple line, and there we go, so our custom point is this town here. It's bigger than I thought it was. Mintakat Al Kaikab. See what they've got. This wind feels stronger than the other day when it was doing 50 knots. I guess maybe it's a constant wind, whereas it was gusting the other day. that a football field? Some kind of field? Labrak, really? Alright, now we want 76 degrees for 3:49. Reset our clock. On our way to Al Cuba. Cuba. You done chatting yet? There we go. They're done chatting. This way. Over the fields and far away. We're following this rather zigzaggy road. Why so zigzaggy? I mean, there's a few little hills and things here, but, you know, not that bad, is it? Not that mountainous. Amazing how different it is here. It's almost like a different country. Don't think it is. It's still Libya, right? But, you know, before we had all that desert and those big long roads and the big train line and whatnot. Now it's all just different style roads and different look to everything. Insane. Insane. What have we got here? Some kind of factory or university, maybe? No. Dunno. Could be a military base. Actually, that's pretty much what it looks like, to be honest. Yeah. Those look like barracks. Could be anything, but I'm going with military base. On today's episode of Guess Shit You Don't Know. Town over there. Big drop off down to the sea over there eventually. We get off this plateau. This incredible plateau. Totally flat, and then but we're, you know, 1,000 feet in the air. Actually insane. Alright, this is Al Cuba. Big town, it looks like. Got a big quarry and mine. It's bigger than the town itself. I am flying sideways right now. What's the temperature? 12, a bit warmer today. It was 8 yesterday. 12:50 PM local time. Going on here, big sort of farming or something area, and then the town. Yeah, standard football field there. See, is it actually football? It is. That's those are football markings for sure. All right, next point's a quick one. 76 degrees. No, what am I saying? 56 degrees for 1 minute 13 to Bu at Tamir. Which you can see is just here. It's just another one very close by. Must be this rather large one over here. A rather large town. Hello, Buat Tamir. Oh, you think, well, no, we're not quite there. We're not at the point yet. Purple arrow, why are you changing already? Life of its own. A cute little town. Alright, well, time to move on apparently. We want 114 for 148. Jami Sara. Jami Sara. Jami Sara. Whatever will be, will be.
Rover Zulu Alpha, 11 contact Tripoli Center on 120.9er. Good day.
Good day.
120.9er Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11. Tripoli Center, Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 113,100 feet. Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11 Tripoli Center QNH 29.9er 7 continue as planned.
Thank you, Tripoli Center. Lovely to talk to you. Good day to you.
This must be Jami Sara. Nestled in amongst these strange rock formations in a rather large forest. Basically farming land, it seems. No football field, but there's something there. That might be an ex-football field of some description. Don't know how I ended up on this obsession with football fields. It's about the only thing that's noticeable as a landmark, you know, that everything seems to have. It's become an obsession. Alright, we want 82 degrees for 4 minutes 17. Reset our clock. We're on our way to Dana. Dada. There's just, you know, gorges here. These chasms. Fascinating. Incredible landscape. Please, wind. Please, wind. Enough of it. Just calm down, please. Please. You're hurting my plan.
Damn you, wind. Damn you right to hell.
There's the edge of the shelf that then leads to a little bit of a flat and down to the water. Again, I'd love to know what the geological reason for that is, whether it's lowering water things. I was listening to something, what was it? It was a podcast about ancient civilizations or something like that. It was just an interview with a guy who was into that kind of stuff. You know, and there's all this talk about whether Egypt was underwater at some point and North Africa. I mean, look, of course it was. It's all flat. This is what the bottom of a sea looks like. And yet, apparently, it's widely contested that that's the case. I mean, I was interested in ancient history, ancient Egyptian stuff and mysteries and whatnot when I was a kid. And I remember going to some lectures and things like that where they were pointing out that it's clear that parts of the Sphinx and the pyramids have water damage on them or something like that, and yet no, it's not that. There's people who just refuse to believe that that's true because it doesn't match up with the whatever it is, the three dynasties, the three kingdoms, I think they call them, three separate periods of civilization in Egypt. And I'm like, well, just look at it. It's clear to me this whole area was, well, maybe not 12,000 years ago, but at least at some point in history was all underwater. This is actually a big city. I don't recall clicking on a big city over here. It didn't look that way from the map, but it is. We need to trim down a bit. Let's go to just 4%, but not quite 3%. One click off. So this is Dana. Just, I mean, good luck expanding here. You've got the hills on one side, you've got the sea on the other. If this was to get any bigger, I don't know you'd have much to do. My God, it's so windy. And yet, it's only, what, no, 28, went down to 20, went up to 30. Yeah, it's very gusty now. The wind is now launching me into the sky, even though I've trimmed down. Hello, Dana. There's your football field. Good to see. Check that off the list. Got some fairly big buildings and potential business district. And it's a port city, I guess. Yeah, look at that. And they're, you know, sort of trying to expand outwards rather than up into the hills, which is cool. Well, which is interesting. Don't know if it's cool, but it's interesting. Hey, look at this. Don't tell me that's not where water was at one point. That was a beach. That was a beach, I'm sure of it. Anyway, we may never know the real story of the pyramids and whatnot. I find it very, very likely that it wasn't built by Khufu. Anyway, what are we doing? Hang on, we're flying a plane first. Here we go. 130 degrees for 2 minutes 8 on our way to Mantakat Al Fatayah. Another Mantakat, oh, it was Mintakat before. Again, the spelling is just not standard. Changes dependent, but so Mantakat probably means town or something like that. If we have multiple places that are starting with that same word. Hello, what's going on up here at the top of this hill here? Just the edge of a farm, large farmhouses, or are you some kind of factory? Warehouse, perhaps? Hornos. Hornos. Yeah, these directions and things just aren't making any sense at all. The purple line wants me to go, the purple arrow wants me to go 130, but the actual white line's going well to our right, and the actual point is closer, well, just in front of us here. Oh, that's right, I picked, it was basically farmlands and thing that just did say it was a town, but I don't know where the actual town is, I guess over there. Hello, Mantakat Al Fatayah. Lovely to meet you. Hope you're well. There we go. Now we want 164 for 332. We're going to Martuba. Alright, so my trimming down has worked. We are now much lower than we were. Let's trim back up a bit. Maybe 1 or 2 taps. I don't know why. Just for 4%, I think I can tap maybe 5 or 6 times between 5% and 3%. So I would much prefer that every time I tap something changed. At least, you know, put some decimal points on there so that I can know that it actually registered. But no, apparently not. Martuba. How long was the this section? 3 minutes. Okay, gotcha, and we've done 1 minute. Let's actually head over this way to get back on the line. We have strayed just slightly. Have a look around while we're doing that. Look at that river chasm thing there. That's cool. That's real cool. Incredible. Is this Martuba? What's going on there? What kind of Blade Runner style pyramid building in the middle of it? It's just something up on a hill. Maybe it's a little old fort or castle or something. Algorithms just put a house there, but yeah, you know, look, I think this is shadow. This is shadow of something that's up here. What is that? No, I wonder what that was. Interesting place anyway. Let's go 89 to, no, 164. We're still doing 164. Hang on a second. We haven't found our, oh, that wasn't Mantua. There you go. Oh, Mantua's this airport. Right, fair enough, fair enough. I thought we'd arrived, but we haven't. We haven't even remotely arrived at our waypoint. So this must be Mantua here. Split up into two, basically. Well, you know. It'd be two different towns' names, I guess, but why not just join up? Why'd you all split off like that? I guess the founders were at each other's throats. There was one side of the family that didn't like the other side of the family, and they set up down the road. One of these typical airports from around here where it's very simply put into the game, I think, is what the way to describe it. Or the algorithm's just doing its best to show it, but it doesn't really look like how it would be in real life, but I could be wrong. Maybe that's exactly what it looks like. There we go. We're just about above it. Purple arrow is giving us our go-ahead to move to 89 degrees for 4 minutes 42. Rizam. He's river... I mean, yeah. I guess you could definitely argue that if this was underwater, it's millions of years ago, because, yeah, since then, there's been rivers, trickles of water, that have etched out giant gashes in this rock here, so, yeah, that takes time. It takes a little bit of time. There we go, 89, 442, suddenly there's just no more civilization around here. Too many holes to navigate, too many things you'd have to have bridges for. Incredible landscape. I'm in awe. Magnificent! Magnificent! So let's see, where are we going? Rizam, that must be it up ahead there. We've done 2.5 minutes of 4.5 minutes. This is a road. These are roads where there used to be rivers. Or is it just the algorithm thinks it's a road? I thought I saw a little generated car, but maybe not. Maybe it's just a river. Or it was a river. I think it's more like a dry riverbed now. There doesn't seem to be that much surface water around here. Yep, the line is curving, so this must be our destination. Arizam. It's got a big road leading to it, and then another offshoot down to the sea. We're actually off the big ridge, are we? Or is it all just sort of leveled off here? It doesn't seem like there's a drop off at all. We're just sort of gradually going off to the sea now, or is there cliffs here? I mean, it's definitely sea level because we're at 2,500 feet and it feels like we're basically 2,500 feet, whereas before we were 2,500 feet and and the ground was much closer to us because we were up on that ridge. Where did the ridge go? It just disappeared. It just gradually faded into nothingness. Yep, there's our little, how's the wind doing now? It's calmed down a little bit, not much. Just less gusty at the moment. Fairly big town. Not seeing a football field. Oh no, there it is. It's at the edge of town, all the way over here. Every town in the world has a football field, it seems. You know. I mean, not every town. We found towns that that don't have football fields, but none of our bush trips in any of the countries have we not found a town with football fields, you know? So every country so far plays football. Which, you know, sounds right. 124 for 2 minutes 40. Al Bumba North Airport. I think from what I could see, well, this was Bomba, B-O-M-B-A. This was Bomba, B-U-M-B-A-H. So, presumably the same word in Arabic, but 75 different spellings in English. Well, we'll get ourselves over the airport here to satisfy the purple arrow, and then we're gonna head off to try and get to Tobruk. I mean, we could land here, I suppose. We've flown for, I don't know, 25 minutes, but I want to get to Tobruk. I want to push on to Tobruk. And you know what? This is a nice concrete airport, and we're heading to a dirt track, I think. So, you know, we want to mix things up a bit. Although, if it's windy there with a dirt track, that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. Not as interesting as our takeoff. That was very odd. I don't know. The wind gusted the plane forward. There was very little I could have done about that, I think. But I was just waiting for the black screen to say that we'd crashed, and I would have had to put the whole thing in again, perhaps. I know. I think that just reset to the beginning of the trip, or would I've lost my navlog? You seem to lose navlogs at the drop of a hat with this sim if you close down too much. But hey, we got off the ground anyway. We had to go over the grass, and somehow we survived. I guess any takeoff you can walk away from is just like a landing, a good one. All right. Got a jaunt over the water here. There was nothing I could find along the coast over there to go have a look at, so we'll do a bit of a water leg segment. Chill out a bit. Enjoy. Say goodbye to Bombard. Wonder what this is down here. Some kind of... almost looks like another airport, but... ooh, and what's that there? Is that some kind of old ruins or something? I think it might be. It's all a bit flat because the algorithm hasn't recognized anything, but I think that might be some kind of old fort or something. Maybe not, maybe it's just a field, who knows. Got some beaches going on. We're headed to... so we're doing what? 144 for 5 minutes 57. And it was just this little island I think I picked, which I have kindly named Sandbank Island. Yes, it's incredibly boring naming, but hey, it's not my place to be naming things around here. I'm sure it has its own name. This looks like something that's been blurred out. So there is probably a naval base there. And you know what? I just wonder whether that's blurred out as well, or it was never actually photographed or something, because yeah, that doesn't really look natural, does it? Like, take that island over there, that looks fine, it's got beaches and a bit of greenery on the middle of it. Whereas this thing looks like someone drew it in Microsoft Paint. Yep. Again, just flatness for as far as we can see. The flatness. Unbelievable flatness, and no towns, no little beachside resorts or anything. I was trying to look at the map to see what would be directly north on the other side of the Mediterranean, and I think we're probably under Turkey, or even still under Greece. We've got different aerial photographies trying to stitch up there that haven't stitched up properly. I always like seeing that, it's a little bit weird. Alright, we've done nearly 4 minutes of our nearly 6-minute segment here to our Sandbank Island, which I'm thinking is not a Sandbank Island now, it's just a stock bog, normal kind of island. What's it doing there though? Why? Why? Why is that little bit of rock sticking up and nowhere else is? I guess it's like all the strange formations we were having before, where it's almost like little circular mounds everywhere. I imagine if we could see under the water here, we'd have plenty of those same circular little mounds as well. The result of the same geological forces that I have no idea about. And also there's just nothing on it. No one's put a little boat shed or anything. No one comes over here to have a bit of a frolic around away from the mainland. There's nothing. Alright, there we go. Purple arrow's content. I'm just wondering if there is anything right on the tip there. It doesn't look like it. Just a little watery lagoon kind of thing. Ah well, no one wants to visit poor lonely little sand island. Alright, so then we couldn't find anything along here until we get to Tobruk. So Tobruk's next in 10 minutes 32. I'll try to stick along the coast in case we do see anything of human interest, as opposed to just natural beauty of the landscape. It almost looks like there's some human scratchings going on. That doesn't look natural. Some of this, I don't know if that's... I thought maybe that was some roads or something, but maybe not. This sort of looks a bit odd as well, like perhaps it's a farm or something, but there's definitely no major roads to it if that's the case. Well, yeah, look, see, there's a bit of a town here. This is the big highway, I guess. But this might be all man-made, or man-altered. You know, there is something down there. Maybe an old structure or something that's not there anymore, but there's almost that's basically a road there. So, and these are some kind of demarcated fields or something. Just wonder whether it's so low res photography or something that the algorithm can't, or even my eyes can't make out anything that's actually there, but perhaps there are buildings and things around these fields. Or perhaps it's all just abandoned. Lost to the winds of time. We've got a town. Look, I'm going to head over to the freeway. The highway, the road here. Even though that's going to take us a fair way off our purple line. I'm alright with it. Ooh, a little bit of sunshine. Couple of God rays coming out. I mean, look at that sky. This simulation is just... it's just spot on. You know, I've said this before. It's not 100%. It's not even 90%. But it's... rather than... It would probably look weird if it was completely 100% real looking or photorealistic. What it is it feels right. You know, it just, you squint a little bit, it looks exactly like a photo. just sort of gets the gist of it. The gist of everything, and that's kind of all you want. You want it to feel right. I mean, I'm assuming eventually they're going to probably put ray tracing and things into this game. They haven't yet, as far as I know, but... hello, little town. You know, will that make it better or worse if it's even more realistic lighting and whatnot? Here we go, we've got another patch of blurred out stuff, which I'm just going to assume is part of the zombie apocalypse. Some kind of zombie mold that overtakes an area. That's going to be the explanation from now on. The zombie mold has erased that part of the world. You know, I was going to say my guess would be, but I'm sure it's absolutely true. The militaries of the world must hate all of this stuff. You know, and they're like, oh, we'll just blur it out. But okay, but you still know where it is. It's obvious where the stuff is. It's like, oh, where's the military base around here? Oh, there's a huge patch of blurred green shit. Oh, I guess that's where it is. Now, at least you wouldn't be able to see the layout of the base or something, but... I mean, these days, who's attacking a base on foot? You're droning, you know, so you're just bombing it from space, basically, so... Anyway, the cat's out of the bag. I think if you're making military stuff now, it needs to be underground, always. Otherwise, Google Street View will fuck you up. Still, I'm appreciative of it. I mean, wow. What a world we live in. We're living in the future. I can fly the entire planet virtually on my computer. That's nutty. From being able to play Pong to this in like 40 years. And it's only getting better. How are we doing? Did I not reset the clock? Yeah, I mustn't have. So we did 6 minutes to the island, and now we've got 10 minutes to go, and we're currently at 12 minutes on the clock. So let's see, 6 plus 10 is 16, so we've probably got about 5 minutes to go to Tobruk dirt airstrip. And I could have picked the airport to the south of Tobruk, which was a bit bigger, but you know what? Again, challenge. We can't be landing on beautiful, pristine runways every leg here. It's the zombie apocalypse. We land where you know, there's fewer people, fewer zombies. Plus, I know the name Tobruk. I mean, something from World War II, I believe, were the rats of Tobruk. I don't know anything about that beyond that. So I don't know who the rats were. I don't know if they were rats. I think they were some kind of military group. Perhaps a resistance of some sort. Perhaps it's derogatory of the people of Tobruk, in which case I apologize if I'm referring to something insensitive. Wasn't it a book? Or a movie, maybe? Where I know that name from? Don't know. Again, I'm pondering and speculating on bullshit that I have no idea about. Which is basically my main hobby these days. Alright, let's see here. We've got another 3.5 minutes maybe, perhaps even less. Are we seeing a runway in front of us? It'll be over to the left here because that's where the purple line is. I think the main part of Tobruk must be this here. It sort of looks like there's a city there. And there's a town just ahead of us here. I don't remember how close to the coast it was. Is this a runway? It's probably time to actually talk to them. Tobruk Airport. It's no ATC. Select a runway for landing. Alright, so we've got 15 or 33. How's our wind looking? The wind's behind us, so we technically should do 33, but I'm not going to because I'm an idiot. If we're going to have a bad takeoff, we might as well have a bad landing too, huh? Power down a bit so that we start gradually losing some height while I try and figure out where this airport might be. It is just about to show. It must be that. And 15 would match. I just can't exactly see where the landing would be. Yeah, I'm looking at there it is showing up on the map now. That must be it. Yeah, look, this must be the end of it here somewhere. That's it there. Alright, we're way too high. We're way too high. I've come on it way too quickly. Alright, let's do the right thing. Let's do the right thing and actually land on the right runway then. We'll land on 33 because that'll be more into the wind. Thing is, we're too high anyway. Get our flaps down. We're gonna get our gear down. We're gonna land the other way, over the towers. We're gonna annoy the people. Let's annoy the people. This really does look like it's not a dirt runway, that it's a concrete runway that's been blurred out a bit. Am I landing on a military airport here? Alright, well we need to get down much lower than where we are. Because, I mean, this, you know, this looks like, well, I mean, yeah, maybe that's just what it looks like. Doesn't seem quite right, though. Feels like it's blurred out or something. Doesn't matter. It's there, we're landing on it. Give her a bit of power. I think this runway's a lot longer than I would give it credit for. I know it's usually dirt ones are very short. It's just taking forever to do this downwind leg is what I'm saying. Let's see, I can announce downwind leg. Here we go. Oh well, no, wrong runway now. How do I fix that? Okay, 8. Doesn't register 8. Runway 33. There we go. And we're about to announce. Well, we're on downwind right now. What is the actual runway? Is this the actual runway, or is this? I think this is actually, now that I think of it. If I just write announce position.
Hotel Lima Tango Oscar traffic Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 112 miles, south 1,100 feet, inbound to land runway 33.
I'm just going on the... No, that's definitely the runway. Try and line this up properly. I fucked it up completely because I was going for that right hand side bit, but good enough. It's not an orthodox landing here. Look, there's a car on the runway. Car on the fucking runway. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. I'm trying to land here. Come on, down we go. Can't really tell where the landing is. There we go. Get our brakes on. Calm it down. Alright, better landing than a takeoff, which is usually the other way around, but hey, we did it. We've arrived at Tobruk on leg 20 of our epic world trip here. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for existing. Au revoir, goodbye.